Men, the most dangerous part of early dating isn't the obvious questions, it's the subtle tests disguised as casual conversation. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she's not just making small talk, she's running sophisticated psychological evaluations through seemingly innocent topics that reveal your character, values, and long-term potential. The problem is, most men don't even realize they're being tested, so they give answers that disqualify them before the relationship ever has a chance to develop. Today, we're breaking down 6 topics women strategically bring up when they're secretly testing a new man. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and drop a comment sharing which of these tests you've experienced. Your awareness might help another man recognize what's really happening in those early conversations before he unknowingly fails tests he didn't know he was taking. Topic 1. Past relationships and how they ended. When a woman asks about your previous relationships early in dating, she's not just making conversation or satisfying curiosity about your romantic history. This seemingly casual topic is actually one of the most revealing psychological tests she'll conduct, and your answer provides her with a comprehensive character assessment that influences everything about how she'll perceive you moving forward. What she's really evaluating. She's testing your level of accountability and emotional maturity. How you describe the end of past relationships reveals whether you're someone who takes responsibility for your role in conflicts or someone who positions themselves as a perpetual victim of terrible women who wronged you. Men who blame every ex-girlfriend for relationship failures raise immediate red flags because it suggests you're incapable of self-reflection and will likely blame her for everything when conflicts arise in your relationship. Notice what you emphasize when describing past relationship endings. Do you acknowledge your own mistakes, areas where you could have communicated better, or ways you contributed to relationship breakdown? Or is every ex-girlfriend crazy, toxic, or entirely at fault, while you remain the innocent victim who did nothing wrong? Women recognize that relationships involve 2 people, and someone who accepts zero responsibility for any past relationship failure is someone who will accept zero responsibility in future relationships. She's also assessing your respect for women and how you speak about people who were once intimate with you. If you trash your ex-girlfriends, call them names, share intimate details that should remain private, or describe them with contempt and bitterness, she's learning how you'll eventually speak about her when the relationship ends. The way you treat people after relationships end reveals your character more clearly than how you treat them when you want something from them. Pay attention to whether you can acknowledge that your ex-girlfriends had legitimate perspectives even if the relationship didn't work out. Can you say, "We wanted different things," or "We weren't compatible long-term," without making them wrong or bad? This nuance demonstrates emotional intelligence and maturity that women find extremely attractive because it suggests you can handle relationship complexity without demonizing your partner. She's evaluating your ability to learn and grow from experience. Do your relationship stories show evolution, where you learned from mistakes and improved how you show up in relationships? Or do they show the same patterns, repeating where you keep choosing wrong women, but never examining why you're drawn to those patterns or what role you play in creating relationship dynamics? Watch what emotions dominate your discussion of past relationships. Are you still angry and bitter years after breakups? Are you clearly not over an ex-girlfriend? Both signal that you're not emotionally available for new relationship because you're still processing old ones. Women want to know you've done the emotional work to close previous chapters before opening new ones with them. She's also testing whether you can be discreet and protective of relationship privacy. If you freely share intimate details about past girlfriends, their insecurities, private moments, sexual information, personal struggles, she learns that you can't be trusted with her vulnerability. She needs to know that what happens between you will stay between you, not become stories you tell to entertain or gain sympathy. The psychological mechanism. Women understand that past behavior predicts future behavior, so your past relationships are the best preview of what relationship with you will be like. If you blamed all your exes, you'll blame her. If you spoke disrespectfully about women you once loved, you'll disrespect her. If you learned nothing from past failures, you'll repeat those same failures with her. She's not asking about your past out of jealousy or insecurity. She's conducting rational assessment based on patterns you've already demonstrated. How to handle this test? Be honest about past relationships while demonstrating accountability, respect, and growth. Acknowledge your role in relationship challenges while maintaining appropriate boundaries about private details. Show that you learned from experiences and improved how you show up in relationships. Speak about ex-girlfriends with basic respect, even if relationships ended badly. Demonstrate that you're emotionally available by showing you've processed past relationships and closed those chapters. Your goal isn't to have a perfect relationship history. It's to show that you're self-aware, accountable, capable of growth, and respectful toward women, even after romantic connection ends. Topic 2. Your relationship with your mother and family. When she asks about your family, especially your mother, she's not making small talk. She's assessing the psychological blueprint you bring into relationships, your early attachments, boundaries, and models of intimacy. What she's really evaluating, she's looking at the template you learned from your mother, your first relationship with a woman. That relationship shaped how you treat women, handle closeness, deal with conflict, and understand emotional connection. She's checking for extremes. Over-enmeshment, where your mother is your main emotional support and decision-maker, signals you aren't fully independent and that she'll have to compete with your mom for priority. Complete disconnection or hostility suggests unresolved mother wounds that will show up in romantic dynamics. She's evaluating your boundaries. Can you value your family, but still prioritize a partner when necessary? Or does your family overshadow every relationship? She's listening to how you describe your mother. Do you see her realistically, strengths and flaws? Idealizing her means no woman will ever measure up. Demonizing her indicates lingering anger toward women. She's also reading the relationship model you learned from your parents. If your father treated your mother respectfully, that's the pattern you absorbed. If he was absent, dismissive, or abusive, she needs to know whether you've developed healthier behaviors on your own. Your ability to talk about family with nuance, not perfect or terrible, but complex, signals emotional maturity. Psychological mechanism. Your mother relationship forms the core of your attachment style and your instinctive responses in intimacy. She's not judging your family. She's trying to understand the emotional programming you carry and whether you've grown beyond childhood patterns. How to handle it. Describe a healthy boundaried relationship with your mother. Appreciate her while acknowledging her imperfections. Show self-awareness about how your family shaped you. Speak respectfully about them, even when discussing challenges. Make it clear you're an independent adult, ready to prioritize a partner when building a serious relationship. Topic 3. How you handle stress and conflict. When she brings up stressful situations or minor conflicts, she's testing how you handle pressure. She wants to see your emotional regulation, conflict style, and whether you're safe to be with long-term. What she's really evaluating, she's watching how you react under stress. Do you stay calm and think clearly, or do you get angry, defensive, or shut down? Your stress response predicts how you'll behave during real relationship challenges. She's assessing your conflict style. Do you address issues respectfully, listen, and stay on the topic? Or do you fight dirty, attacking character, bringing up old problems, or refusing to engage? Your approach reveals whether you see conflicts as team problems or battles to win. She notices whether you stay emotionally present or stonewall when things get uncomfortable. Shutting down or disappearing is one of the biggest red flags because it leaves her alone with the problem. She's also evaluating accountability. Can you admit when you're wrong and apologize sincerely, or do you deflect and blame? Taking responsibility is essential for repair and trust. Another key factor: can you manage your emotions without making them her job? Emotional maturity means regulating your feelings instead of exploding or dumping them on your partner. She's also watching your ability to repair after conflict. Healthy couples don't avoid disagreements. They resolve them, reconnect, and move forward instead of holding grudges or storing ammunition for future fights. Psychological mechanism. Your behavior in conflict reveals your emotional maturity and whether you're a safe partner. She needs to know you won't become dangerous, volatile, or emotionally unavailable when things get hard. How to handle it: stay calm, regulate your emotions, and approach disagreements with respect. Take responsibility when you're wrong. Treat conflicts as problems to solve together, not fights to win. Repair effectively after arguments and show consistent emotional stability. Topic 4. Your future goals and ambitions. When she asks about your career plans or where you see yourself in 5 years, she's not making small talk. She's testing long-term compatibility and evaluating whether your life has direction. What she's really evaluating: she wants to know if you have ambition, vision, and forward momentum. Not specific achievements, but a sense of purpose. A man drifting through life signals stagnation, lack of drive, and no foundation for a future partnership. She listens to whether your goals are clear and actionable, or vague fantasies with no real steps behind them. She's checking whether you're an achiever or a talker. She's also assessing compatibility. If your future plans and hers point in completely different directions, she needs to know early. She isn't judging your dreams. She's judging whether they align with the kind of relationship she wants. She notices whether you've thought about how a relationship fits into your future at all. Men whose goals have zero space for partnership usually aren't actually ready for one. Your work ethic matters too. Do you take consistent action toward your goals, or do you make excuses? How you pursue your ambitions predicts how you'll show up in a relationship. Finally, she pays attention to how you respond to her goals. Do you care about her ambitions, support them, or expect her to revolve around your plans? Psychological mechanism. Your goals reveal your values, discipline, and the life you're building. She's evaluating whether that life is one she'd want to join, and whether you're the kind of man who follows through. How to handle it: be clear about your direction. Show you're actively working towards something meaningful. Demonstrate that you have room in your plans for partnership. Ask about her goals with real interest. Show ambition, maturity, and mutual support. Topic 5. Your friends and social circle. When she asks about your friends or wants to meet them, she's assessing your character through your social circle. Your friends reveal who you are when you're not performing for dating. What she's really evaluating: she's looking at the quality of your friendships. Mature, respectful, stable friends suggest you share those traits. Immature or disrespectful friends raise concerns about your values. She notices whether you have long-term, genuine friendships or only shallow, transactional connections. Deep friendships show loyalty and emotional capacity, qualities needed in romantic relationships. A man with no real friends signals potential issues with intimacy or stability. She pays attention to how you talk about your friends. Respect and affection show emotional maturity. Mocking or treating friends as status symbols signals insecurity and poor relational habits. She also evaluates how you handle friendships with women. A man who can't maintain platonic female friendships often sees women only through a sexual lens. A man with only female friends may be using them for emotional support while avoiding male accountability. When she meets your friends, their behavior toward her shows what you've communicated about women and relationships behind the scenes. Friends who are welcoming and respectful reflect well on you. Dismissive or hostile friends indicate unhealthy dynamics. She's also watching your loyalty, whether you support friends appropriately while still holding them accountable. Blind loyalty or zero loyalty both signal problems that will affect romantic partnership. Psychological mechanism. Your social circle is the most honest mirror of your real character. You can curate your behavior on dates, but you can't fake years of friendships. She reads your friends to understand the man you truly are. How to handle it: maintain healthy, genuine friendships and speak about them with respect. Introduce her to friends who treat her well. Show balanced loyalty and good boundaries. Let your social circle confirm the character you're presenting, not contradict it. Topic 6. Your views on gender roles and expectations. When she brings up topics about gender, relationships, or what men and women should do, she's testing your beliefs about partnership. She wants to know if you hold rigid expectations that could make a relationship with you restrictive. What she's really checking: she's evaluating whether you see relationships as equal partnerships or expect traditional roles where she carries emotional labor, domestic work, and relationship maintenance. She notices how you react to her ambitions. Do you support her success or feel threatened by it? She pays attention to your assumptions about household chores. Do you expect her to handle everything because it's women's work, or do you believe responsibilities should be shared? She also watches whether you talk about women as individuals or in stereotypes. Generalizations like "women always" signal that you don't see women as full, complex people. Another key area is independence. Do you support her having her own friends, hobbies, and financial autonomy? Or do you expect her world to revolve around you? Overall, she's assessing whether you believe in equality or expect authority and deference in the relationship. Psychological mechanism. Your views on gender roles predict what daily life with you would look like: equal partnership or hierarchical, restrictive arrangement. She wants to know if you see her as an autonomous person or someone who must fit into a narrow role. How to handle it: show that you value equality, independence, and shared responsibility. Support her ambitions, avoid stereotypes, reject double standards, and treat all aspects of the relationship as collaborative rather than role-based.